He's a tough opponent. Probably, I think Anthony's toughest opponent as yet. But I've got faith in Anthony. I think he's the real deal. And this is a fight that he needs. He needs to look good in this fight. He needs to make a statement. And I was talking to Tunde, his manager and trainer, before, and we both feel that after this, he's ready to go. He's got to get through it though. It's going to be no walk in the park, and I think that Travis will get the best out of him.
Well, all the guys are here. Let's start from the outside and work in. First of all, we've got British middleweight title fight for Liam Williams against Joe Mullender. Liam looked tremendous last time out. Joe, never in a dull fight. Tough guy. What do you reckon to this one, Frank?
Well, it's exactly what you just said it is.
Oh, sorry.
Frank, you asked him. Or Liam?
No, I'm asking you.
Right, what do I think? I think it's going to be an intriguing fight. You know, Joe said himself, I think he said his wife or his mum's got a better jab than him. You know he comes to fight. You know how he is. He likes to stand in the trenches. He's going to try and drag Liam into that type of fight. And Liam is he's a good boxer. He's been exceptional. He's been at the top flight. So I just feel that we're going to get. One thing you're going to get from Joe Mullender is absolutely 100% commitment, as you will get from Liam, but he's got to get him into the trenches, and that's going to be the telling or the deciding factor in this fight.
Well, let's start with Liam then. I saw a quote from you saying that he's done my head in. I'm getting fed up.
Joe, I'm a champion, and he can go.
Okay, fair enough. We'll start with Joe then. He's saying that you've done his head in, that you've got to and irritated him. What do you reckon?
To be honest with you, I haven't really said anything. I've only said something when I've been interviewed, and I don't even really want to do that. But it is what it is. Listen, he's a champion. On paper, I don't stand a chance. I'm going to do my best. That's all it is. I know I'm in for a tough night. Early rounds, I've heard he's going to get me out in 3 or 4. Well, if he's a world-class fighter, he gets people like me out. I'm not a world-class fighter on paper. I've only fought at English level. So a fighter of Liam's calibre, which I truly believe he is, I'm not under no illusion, he's a very good fighter. I've got to try and live with him and do my best. That's all I can do. So I can't really say no more than that.
So how do you win the fight then, Joe? How do you think you do win it?
I ain't going to outbox him, am I? So that's not happening. So I've either got to stand there and fight with him, take the punishment, and that's it. I can't really do anything else. I don't know what you want me to say, but he is better than me in most departments, and there's only one department I can have a go at, which I'm going to do. So if I come through it, I will stand and have a fight with him, man, for 12 rounds. But if he is world class, he beats people like me, and good luck to him. He moves on. I hope he earns a lot of money, wins world titles. I don't dislike the man. He can say what he wants about me. I'm not going to use bad language, but I don't really care. I'm in it for one thing, and I'm going to do my best on the night. That's all I'm there for.
Liam, you sound like you've lost already, Joe. To be totally honest, you know.
Liam, maybe, but I'm still going to do my best and have a go with you. Listen, I respect you as a fighter. I'm not going to badmouth you, because that's not what I'm about. In my head, I've done the graft. I'm going to have a fight with you. That's it. If you're better than me, which everyone believes you are, yeah, then let's have a fight and let's have a go, innit?
Liam, this is going to be the hardest walk in the park for you we've ever had. Yeah, it's going to be the hardest walk in the park you've ever had.
Yeah.
Don't be listening to that what he's telling you. Just trying to lead you into a false sense of security there, yeah?
Of course.
I'm going to draw you into the trenches and bury you.
Well, that's Dominic Ingle, if you don't know who's speaking from the back of the room there, who's Liam's trainer. Well, Liam, do you buy into that when he says that he's not in your class and, you know,
yeah,
you're the better fighter?
Because I honestly believe he's nor in my class. He's not, but what he is very tough, he's very keen. And he got bags full of arsehole.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm not that.
Simple as that.
Listen, I'm saying to you, I'm saying to his trainer, I will come and do my best. I've got arsehole and I'll stand there and fight with you.
I know,
You're,
100%.
And you know that.
I know that.
I know that. And listen, let's put on a fight.
We're gonna.
That's it.
100%.
But I'll respect you as a good fighter because you fought at a better level than me. But it don't mean I'm not going to have a fight with you, because I don't really care. So let's just have a go. Let's have a go. That's all I've got to say. What else can I say?
Do you respect him?
Don't know, I mean, I have to respect him, but I haven't really got much bad to say about him. What I don't like about him is the fact that he's just like, it's just another gaff, it's this, that, the other. It's his biggest opportunity. It's like, you know,
do you not think I don't know that?
You're up against it, don't downplay it like it's fucking on.
I'm massively up against it.
Yeah, exactly.
Massively.
Don't downplay it and pretend like you don't care, because
Of course I care.
I've been on your mind fucking 24/7. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest with you ain't.
Yeah, I have.
That's the honest
I have.
truth. You ain't.
Again, playing it down. See, you know, that's what does my head in.
All right.
Joe,
Mullender's getting mullered.
Joe, what would it mean to you to win it if you actually did?
If I won it, it'd mean everything to me. Of course it wouldn't. Listen, I started boxing at 23. To win a British title in the middleweight division would be an unbelievable achievement. So listen, I'm going to give it everything I've got to win. I'm not coming to lose, but I do know I'm in with a world-class fighter who's going on at world titles if he wins. So I won't. My goal is to win a British title, and I intend to win.
Do you expect to stop him, Liam?
Yeah, 100%.
Quick?
We'll see, but you know, with his style of fighting, he's going to be there, and he's going to get it, and he's going to get hurt. So yeah, I do expect to stop him, 100%.
We will see.
Yeah, we will.
That's the British middleweight title fight, and we've got the British welterweight title fight, and Garton against Chris Jenkins, Frank.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a little cracker this one. You've got two really good domestic fighters, and I think this is going to be I really do think it's going to be a special fight this time. Johnny has got a lot of support. Chris obviously really fancies his chances in this one, and I think again the fans are going to enjoy this one.
Chris, I was speaking to Gary Lockett, your trainer, a little bit earlier on, and he said, yeah, there's defeats on his record, but one of them was extremely arguable against Tyrone Nurse, and the others, you know, you've suffered with cuts, you've had questionable decisions. How much do you see this as the last, if you like, massive opportunity for you to really make a statement?
To be honest with you, I think this fight come from nowhere really. Yeah, you look at my defeats, they're only defeats because I got split in my last two fights, so that got stopped. Then Nurse fights and I had two against them. I fought at 1-1. One was a razor sharp, you know, a little bit in between, like I robbed out my line. So really, I haven't really felt it myself as I've lost a fight to walk away from the sport. You know, I might be a bit of a joke and stuff like that, a bit of jack and laugh and stuff, but you know, I think I still got a bit more to give to the sport. I know I'm not going to be world champion, you know, at British level I'd be happy with, and that's really it.
How much do you know about Johnny? Have you sparred him? Have you been in the ring with him?
We've done a few rounds, a few years ago I think it was, when Liam went sparring with Skeet. Hardly Skeet that way, we did a 5 rounds move Bob like, but yeah, he's good to fight that way. I've watched him obviously. And especially his last fight as well against Corcoran as well, he looked good as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of know what you're going to get. That fight against Gary Corcoran, he showed that he's a hard man, tough guy.
Well, that's it, you know, but if you're going to keep on getting hit and hit, your career's going to shorten. So, we'll see what happens on the night, but we've got a game plan to do. I think it needs a shave for tomorrow, let me tell you. We're going to see it on that. If I look scruffy, they want it and they see them. But no, it's you know, he's champion for a reason, isn't he?
Johnny, what about this fella? Tell us your thoughts about him. You've shared the ring with him and about him as a boxer.
Yeah, I remember the spar, it was a good tough spar. I honestly think this is a 50-50 fight. And I do think we're going to nick fight tonight, to be honest with you. But as you know, I'll leave it all in the ring. So yeah, I think I will come through this.
Is it a question of getting him into your sort of fight? Because if you let him just box and do fancy stuff, it's going to be favouring him.
But with any fight, you need to get anyone in your style of fight. Anyone at this table needs to get anyone in their style of fight. And I believe I can adjust, and I believe I will.
How much have you enjoyed the experience of walking around and sitting here now and saying, yeah, I'm the British middleweight champion? Sorry, British welterweight champion. That would be interesting if you said you're the middleweight champion when he's sitting next to you. British welterweight champion, how does that feel?
To be honest, he's still, I still don't think he's sunk in properly, you know. It's, the last I was saying to someone earlier, for the last 6 months everything's changed massively for me, you know. 6 months ago no one knew who I was, no one really paid me any attention. Now all of a sudden everyone wants to be at press conferences, wants to interview with me, and it's just totally changed. So yeah, I'm just lapping it up and enjoying it, and hopefully get a few more paydays.
You anticipating this being, as Chris said, maybe fight of the night?
I do think it will be Friday night, 100%.
So you reckon it's going to be a close one?
Yeah, it will be close, yeah.
What's you're moving up, Chris? How much of a difference fighting at 10-7?
It's a big difference, you know. So I think I was losing a considerable amount of weight, making a 10-stone mark, and now this time, you know, we've adjusted things, you know, with Gary, my coach and stuff, and I'm making the weight no problem, and I'm feeling strong as well. So where I lost the possible fights down the later end of the fight for the 10-round, 12-round rest, now I've got that little bit of energy that I needed. That's probably lacking. And
what about cuts? They've been a problem. Maybe having a few extra pounds will help with that.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But I got a nearly full forehead, so it's a dodgy shape of the built-in cap I have. It's not best, but you know, it is what it is. It's boxing, and they're going to clash heads. You know, I've not been cut actually by a punch. I've actually been cut all by head clashes. So only keep your head back, right?
Okay, well that's I'm sure going to be a terrific fight, and I'll just ask the same question that I asked to Joe. You know, if you were to win this, what would it mean to you to become a British champion?
Third time lucky, you know. Don't want to be the nearly man. You almost done it. The unlucky man, you know. And I got 3 kids back home, and I got quite a nagging wife as well. So it'd be nice to check out their mouth and keep it quiet for a bit, like.
This is being recorded, you know.
That's all right. Set our own Saturday, right?
Okay, well, thank you very much. That's going to be, I'm sure, an outstanding fight. Right now, Dubois and Razvan Kojanu. What are your thoughts on this one, Frank?
Well, I think it's a step up for Daniel. He's his 10th pro fight. He's done everything that's been asked of him. His last fight was against Kevin Johnson, which I think was a good learning fight for him. This is a step up for him, and he fought over here a couple of months ago against Nathan Gorman.
Nathan Gorman, yeah.
So you've got a yardstick to look at as far as performances go. You know, when you look at Kajano, he went the distance with Parker, and that was a couple of years ago. He's beating the Maltese, so he mixed with the best of the heavyweights out there. This is what Daniel's got to do. He's got to go out and look good in these fights and win these fights if he's going to do the things we expect him to do. So for him, this is a great platform to go and show the world, you know, where he's going to be in the heavyweight division.
And this is an important year for Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you've said and he's said that he doesn't believe he's so far away now from the big guns.
Well, I agree with him, and you know, as I say, it's all about looking good. It's how you win your fights. He's got to win it, and it's how you win them. And for me, what the most natural clash on the horizon for these guys is Nathan and himself, and that's a fight that we definitely want to do at the end of the year. And they both, as long as they both keep winning, they're active. At the end of the year, that fight will happen.
Right. Well, let's speak to Razvan first of all, who has been the distance with Nathan Gorman. First of all, tell us what you thought of Nathan as a fighter and how this would differ on Saturday night.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank God because I'm here and I'm healthy. The second thing, I want to thank my family, and especially to my wife, because she's allowed me to be here and to do what I like to do. And at the third, and one of the most important, I want to thank my team, my new, the city who adopt me from the last 6-7 weeks, which is Monaco. And they are amazing, and with the gym with 39, it's an amazing team who work with me. over there, and I feel great. And put me in this shape, which I am right now, ready to fight. Now let's get back to your question. You asked me how do I compare Nathan Gorman with Daniel Dubois. They're two different fighters. They doesn't have nothing to do in coming. And for me, Nathan Gorman is the best. We are on the 6th March, Wednesday, on the future. Let's talk about the future.
How are your preparations different this time? Do you feel that you're in better shape this time and you're ready to go?
Now no. The answer is now I'm in a shape. Simple. Just like
last time you weren't?
No, now I'm in shape. Yeah, last time it's past.
So what have you seen of Daniel? Tell us about your thoughts of him.
We watch it with my team. And now I got a real team behind of me, and I would like to have this conversation with you, sir, after the fight, if this is possible.
So you think you've got the beating of this guy?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Daniel Dubois, it's a great fighter, it's an excellent prospect, it's a young guy, undefeated, which I have the pleasure and the excitement to be in a ring with him Friday night.
Daniel, you've seen Razvan in action. What do you think? What do you think of him? What do you want to produce in this fight?
Well, I'm in as good a shape as I've been my whole professional career, and I'm just ready to just come Friday night and put in a show.
It's been a while as well. You were due to fight before Christmas, and this is you must be absolutely ready to go.
Yeah, I am. I've worked hard. I've done all the hard work, and now it's just to get in there and perform. And I look forward to it.
He's a tough guy. What did you think of him when you saw him against Nathan?
I only watched some of the highlights. It's like. It was what it was, you know. I'm not going to comment too much about the fight. Nathan won, and I'm facing him Friday, so you know, it wasn't the greatest of fights to watch, but that's what it is.
How much has Frank suggested? How much are you looking to make a statement?
Very much. I want to go out there and perform my absolute best and show everything what I've got in there, what I've got in the tank, and just perform.
How far do you personally feel that? It's all very well, you know, people saying, oh yeah, you're ready for this, you're ready for that. But how far away do you believe you are from the likes of Tyson Fury, of Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White, you know, other people just below that level?
Not far at all. I'm not that far behind these guys. I just want to let my performance speak for itself.
How far away do you believe he is, Frank? I know you talked about Nathan Gorman, and that's a natural somewhere, but how far away do you think he is from actually being at the elite level?
I think about another year to go. You know, it's just being busy. He had 9 fights. That's all he's had. This will be his 10th fight. I want to try and we're working hard to get him, you know, both of them, just to get him at least another 5 fights by the end of the year. It's all about experience. Experience, being in the gym, learning, getting out there fighting. That's all. That's what you need. That's what you need to get to elite level. To be able to cope with it when you get to elite level. I think he can do that. And as I say, that you know, from my point of view, he's still the best young heavyweight prospect out there.
How are you enjoying the experience of that, Daniel? With people saying, yeah, you know, you're somebody for the future. We've got a former champion in the room here in Hasim Rahman, a man who's been to the top. How much do you yearn to get there?
Well, it's what keeps me motivated and keeps me going and keeps me in the gym. That the goal ahead. So it's very, very relevant to what I do in the gym, and just keeping working hard and staying in shape. Really.
Do you enjoy the recognition?
Well, I don't look at it really like that. People, you know. I just know I have a goal in front of me and I've got to get there.
So we move now to the light heavyweights. Anthony Yarde and Travis here. Anthony there. And we're talking about people who are close to the top, Frank. Anthony clearly is that. And Travis coming over here as a live fighter.
He is a live fighter, and he's the best opponent that Anthony would have been in his professional career. Again, he's looking to make a statement. He's got to go out there and look $1 million, which I'm hoping he will do. But obviously, Travis is going to have other ideas on that. He's been in there. He's fought for the world title, so you know he has the experience, and that's the one thing that Anthony needs to keep gaining, which is experience and fighting. You know, Travis and Gottfried and other guys, he will gain that. He will fight for the world title this year. It will happen.
Provided, of course.
Provided he wins.
Yeah. And Travis, you've come over here with very different ideas than just being a stepping stone along the way.
I'm excited for this fight. When the fight came across, I was all over it. I'm glad we could finally make this fight. This fight was supposed to happen a few years back, but it was pushed back. So now it's made, and I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to out here taking care of Anthony and moving on to the next level, put myself back in position for a world title. So it's a good fight for me, and I'm glad it finally happened.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, because many people here will be hearing from you for the first time. From Baltimore, tell us about how you got into boxing in the first place and a bit about your background.
Well, pretty much how I got here. I'm the best fighter in the United States. After I beat Anthony Yarde, I'm the best fighter in Europe. I put myself after I beat whoever got the world title, I'll be the best fighter in the world. So right now, I just fought my way to the top. Started from the bottom, fought my way all the way to the top. So nothing's going to change. Like I said, this fight put me in a position to fight for the world title, and I'm here for it.
How did you get into boxing?
This fight basically chose me. You know what I mean? I was a street fighter. My older brother took me to the gym, started training and stuff like that. Started Vernon Mason picked me up at a young age, and then we just grew. The relationship just grew. You know what I mean? Like I said, I grew up in the gym watching Hassan train, and you know, this guy was always like a mentor. So this has always been in me. Boxing has always been in me, pretty much.
And you were telling me earlier, Travis, that boxing really is very much your life. You know, it's what we call over here. You're a bit of a gym rat. You know, that's your life. You are boxing, and that's everything for you.
Absolutely.
Now, tell us a little bit as well about Hassan, because when he was at the top, what we were talking about 2001, you were a young man. How much did you admire him as a guy in Baltimore?
I was excited to actually see Hassan as a young kid and actually see him fight for a world title. It was amazing. And actually see him stretch Hassan Rodman out, Lennox Lewis out on national TV. It was just like, okay, now I'm next. So actually seeing these guys grow up and how they was when they was younger, you know, just like they was different back then, you know, different from regular guys.
Can you remember what it felt like and what you guys in Baltimore were thinking when you saw Hassan over in South Africa knock out Lennox Lewis?
Man, I remember the first few rounds was close. It was going back and forth. And then I remember after Hassan started touching him and calling with that right hand, it was just crazy. It was crazy. Like, it was like, and I remember how you felt and how you looked. And now he's the champ. You know what I mean? So it was just good for the United States, good for the country. You know what I mean? Good for boxing. You know what I mean? Like this fight is good for boxing. Everybody wants to see this fight in America. I think the whole world, everybody wants to see me and want to see Yarde fight. So it's a good fight for the whole world. This is a fight the world will be watching.
And now Hassan helps in your preparations when you train in Las Vegas. He's the guy with you by your side.
Absolutely.
And what do you get from him?
Hassan, you know, you get a lot from my son. You get, like I said, experience. You get knowledge. You get, you know, things that he's been through that you don't got to go through because he's been through it already. You know what I mean? That type of experience and knowledge, not the type of knowledge from amateur fighter who turned to a trainer and now he's a coach or something like that, trying to guide you through the ropes. You get from Hassan something different. You know, you get those words that you don't know yet, but once you go through it, you remember.
Talk to him, champ.
You know, that's what you get from Hassan. You get something a little bit different.
What do you know about Anthony? Because he's been pretty much smashing everybody in front of him so far?
I'm excited for this fight. Like I said, I don't know really too much about him. When his name came across my desk a few years back, like I said, I don't pick and choose who I fight. I just run through everybody. So when Shabazz brought his name to my attention, I said, all right, let's go ahead, sign a contract, let's get it on. So he said the fight didn't go through, so I kept it moving, worried about our next opponent. So now we back worried about Yarde, and like I said, he's a strong guy, so I'm looking forward to see what he's going to bring on fight night, and we're going to bring his A game, bring mine, so we're going to see how it's going to happen. So like I said, he's a good fighter, and I'm excited to see his style and everything. So we're going to see the fight night, what he brings. Like all that stuff on film, video, you know what I mean? That doesn't do nothing for me. I leave that to my team to monitor and watch, you know what I mean? I perform. I'm the general on the field.
Anthony, you've heard what he has to say about how much it would mean to him to beat you and to move on towards a title fight. How tough a fight are you anticipating? I mean, he's only lost, I think, one of his last 17.
First off, thanks for everyone for coming, all the media, everyone in attendance, you know. What I know of my opponent, as he just said, I'm not one to really watch tapes. I go out there on the night, do my job. People know what I bring to the table, heavy hitter, good defense, still gaining experience, explosive, and always looking to put on the show. Everything you just said just now, that's the knowledge I'm getting, or I'm learning, same way everyone else is learning now. I'm learning now as well, just from what he's saying. Find out just now he's from Baltimore. The legend, Lamont, Black Man. And yeah, I'm learning on the job as well.
And this, for you, 2019, has to be a big year.
Almost definitely. From last year I said it. 2019, again, we're up in the pace. Keep putting on good performances. I'm just looking forward to it.
Is there any sense, any danger that you take your eye off this fella, and that people will be saying, well, you know, maybe Sergey Kovalev before the year's out? Is there any way that you take your eye off the ball?
Listen, you haven't heard me mention Kovalev's name.
No, that's me.
I focus on one thing at a time, and Kovalev not being put in front of me in a couple of days. I haven't focused on him. I don't care about Kovalev right now. Travis Reeves is the name that's on the table, so that's what I want to go in there and have to take care of. Again, he said he's going to bring his A game. I always bring my A game, and just turn up, show up, blow up.
You've had a look out there at the arena at the Royal Albert Hall, and you're aware, I'm sure, of a lot of the huge names who've been there and the history involved in it. You wouldn't be human if there wasn't a little bit of sort of thinking, yeah, this is a bit special when you go out there.
Do you know what? Again, I have not been to the venue.
You've not looked at it?
No. I've heard about it, and it's a very prestige, a very classic venue. But I'm just gonna go in on the night. We could be fighting in here. It don't matter. It's just it's a boxing ring. Obviously, it's always a privilege to fight somewhere that's got historic meaning behind it. But again, it's still fighting that. It's still going to be televised. It's still going to be in a boxing ring, and you still need the results.
When you get to this stage, 2 days before, how edgy do you start to feel?
Lions in the camp. That's how I start to feel.
In other words, you're ready to do business.
I'm ready to take care of work.
Frank, final word for you about the whole event and being back here at the Albert Hall.
Well, I'm delighted. You know, as I say, it's an iconic venue, and I think we're going to have some good fights on Friday, and they're hopefully, and I'm sure they will be, the first of many shows that we'll be promoting here in the future. That's the name of the game. So it's in the middle of London. This is a great venue for us to bring our young guys through. That's what we intend to do.
And some great scraps, bound to be a passionate atmosphere as well, you'd hope.
Well, there will be. I mean, they've all got good followings, they've got their fans, and they're very vociferous, some of them. So I think the atmosphere is always great at the Albert Hall. You always have, it's not a bad seat in the house, but when you sit there, you can, you've got a great view, and it is a venue. It's like in some ways it's like as I said, like a posh York Hall. It is a cockpit. you know, you're right in the middle there, and as I say, the crowd are on you, they're on top of you, and they'll enjoy every moment of it.
Well, we look forward to it. It's live on BT Sport and of course on ESPN in the United States. So if you can't see it on television, there are also still tickets available, Frank.
Yeah, there's about 300 tickets left. I'm quite sure they'll be gone by then. So if you do, you know, you can buy them from the Royal Albert Hall box office. Just order them if you want to get those tickets, but you better be quick.
Well, all the guys here will be ready to do one-on-one interviews with whoever wishes to do them, and we'll do some photographs as well. Whether or not we're doing them here or elsewhere, that's up for Shane to determine. But thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, everybody.
Looking forward to Saturday night.